I just wanted to quickly respond to a post from ex-British Army Paz49, where he asks, "What does the term far right actually mean?" And I want to just go through some of the answers and my answer first, because he's asking questions as they do. So the far right is a set of extreme right-wing political movements and ideologies that emphasize nativism, authoritarianism, ultranationalism, and hostility towards immigrants, minorities, and progressive social change. Broad definition. Common features include anti immigration, anti multicultural views, nationalist or ethno-nationalist identity politics, opposition to liberal democracy, feminism, LGBTQ plus rights, and woke culture. Conspiracy theories, populism, or calls for strong man leadership. Some strands overlap with white nationalism or neo-fascist tendencies, though not all far-right groups are identical. So I posed a question to Paz, which he hasn't answered. Does any of this apply to you, do you think, in all honesty? No answer. So obviously it does, but I want to go through some of the responses because I think if I pose this question about the far left, I'd get very simple answers, just direct answers, just pretty factual answers. We don't get this here, which I think says a lot about this question and the answer there. So, far right means anything the government doesn't like or agree with. Not an answer. Like, what? Really? Starmer, a centrist, centre right, like neoliberal, like okay. This one's interesting. It is a dog whistle which only works on leftists and drives them crazy. Okay, so a dog whistle is a coded language. So you're hinting at something that you don't want the broader public to know, and you can have some plausible deniability, but the certain audience will get it. And obviously, kind of reference to George Soros and our countries changing and they gesturing to narratives and who's in control are dog whistles. And again, you can say, "Oh, my country's changing. I just have legitimate concerns," but the audience knows what that means, and it means brown people are coming in the country. So, okay, but it is a dog whistle which only works on leftists. So far right only works, but but it's direct. The dog whistle is when you're trying to hide it. Like, no, but being direct, what is the far right? We're saying far right. For anyone who isn't a leftist, it is nothing at all. This is a common talking point you hear, that the far right doesn't even exist. They're like fairies or world peace. Like, they just don't exist. And I think that's a strange, like, exaggeration because there's really black and white in their thinking. So it's kind of like either they do exist or they don't. And it's like, nope, they don't. The far right doesn't even exist. And I think that kind of like total rejection, I think says a lot. And I think we should read into that and go, okay, like imagine if I said the far left didn't exist. I mean, they're kind of not that powerful, but they do exist. They do exist. Um, right here. So that total kind of denial is, I think, a hallmark of, yeah, the far right does exist, and I'm probably far right. An old age pensioner with a mobility scooter and a Union Jack. Okay, is that funny? I don't know. It used to mean white supremacist. It now means anyone with an opinion I don't like. No, I mean broadly far right are white supremacist. Not all of them, but generally that is the tendency. Ethno nationalism, England for England, Europe for Europeans, etc. But like that sounds scary, like white supremacists, like yeah, they are. Like we live in quite a white supremacist world. Like white supremacy, white people have been reified and normalized as like, oh, they're the default. Like whiteness is just good, inherently good. Like I mean, that would be too subtle for them, but yeah, it's a complicated one. We're mostly centre. Again, another talking point here. The media pens the term Gaslighter 101. I honestly think, like, because there's a lot of traits, but saying you're mostly center, I think for me, alarm bells. Like, so many people I've spoken to online, in real life, have said to me, "Oh, I'm centre left or centrist. Oh, I'm just in the center." And then you listen to them, and they're just spouting far right talking points about anti-immigration, woke, all the same stuff. Trans, Muslims. It's the same old stuff, and it's like they can't be honest. But inherently, they can't be honest. You can't, like, the fact that this question has to be asked. I would never ask this question. Like, so what does the far left mean, guys? Like, c- it wouldn't even come across my mind as a question to ask. That's how, like, dishonest these people are. And then another trademark is they don't even know what the term gaslighting means. So if you hear someone saying gaslighting in the completely wrong context or in a way that doesn't apply, they might be far right or maybe just stupid. Both are the same. Like, they are, as David Brent would go, against the narrative the government controls. Vagueness again. We're seeing all the tropes of the far right here. Just vague narrative, just gesture. They're coming for us. The people are waking up. The people are learn. They're gonna know the truth. We're breaking the narrative and all these vague gestures. And the audience knows because you have to gesture. You can't be honest as someone on the far right about your opinions. You have to vaguely gesture, and they do it constantly. They do it constantly. Um, far right. Never in my life did I think of myself as far right, but apparently, if you fly your own country's flag, are concerned about the levels of migration, our children's safety, and our country, you're far right and racist. I must be one of them then. Well, it depends how they manifest. Is it in a way where you're flying the flag as a means to mark your own territory and otherize people who weren't necessarily born here, or maybe are the stereotype of what a British person may be? Are you concerned in a way that is racist, or is it economic? Because it shouldn't be economic. So what are your concerns? Like, again, are concerned about levels. That's a vagueness. Like, be more specific there. The vagueness rings alarm bells for me personally. So, okay, what concerns do you have? What evidence for that? And how can we potentially solve those issues in a kind of pragmatic way? Our children's safety, again, vagueness. Like, you're statistically more likely to harm your own children than other adults coming into your family. The family is historically quite a repressive unit, and schools, churches, families are where most abuse of children occurs. And our culture, again, anyone says culture, that's a dog whistle. That's a dog whistle. Like, vagueness, pure vagueness. Like, because again, that could be innocent, but all often that has become a dog whistle where now it's like they don't share the same values of us, and vagueness. And it's always they don't share the same, they don't give any details or specific examples. It's always vague. I was on the left for years. Oh my God, another trope. We're here. All the tropes, baby. I was on the left for years. Oh yeah, I believe you. I believe you. When someone says I was on the left and they went to the right or the far right, I always believed that they were a principled leftist. I wouldn't say hard left, but I definitely had leftist opinions. Then a few years ago, it all changed. My eyes was open. He's not a leftist. A leftist would never um, write that badly. I could see how evil the left was. Um, how they, how bad, how they bad pulled me in. I'm definitely centre right now. Far right. Um, the left are a dangerous people. They have proven over and over that they are. I'm going to assume this guy, in good faith, is probably not an English speaker. I don't believe him. I think he's lying. I think he's just simply lying. Right so far. Oh, I think another trope of the far right is like, I'm not far right. I'm just right. Oh, classic. The real fascists on the left are the far left. The Nazi party in Germany were National Socialist. Workers' Party, they were socialists. Satan works in mysterious ways. He certainly does. Yeah, if you say you're a socialist and then kill all the socialists, you're still a socialist. Kill all the communists first. Trade unionists, communists, social. Say you're that, get into power on that further, that popularity of workers' mobilization, trade unions at that time, and then don't actually help the workers. Yes, great. We're getting all the hits tonight, baby. Far right means to me that we are much smarter and stronger than them, and we have a moral compass and common sense. If that doesn't say all you need to know about how they define things, and I don't know what does. According to Labour, anyone who disagrees with them, again, same answer. It means you're too right for them to accept it as the truth. What does that mean? Who knows? It can mean anything. That's the beauty of fascist language. It's so vague and devoid of meaning. Like the signifier and the signified have no real relationship. Like language does have no meaning for them because they're not interested in evidence, not interested in actually using language in a way that conveys meaning. It's more about the opposite of like, actually, no, don't think, don't communicate, don't have empathy, don't understand the world. Just kind of have a very shallow view of the world and obfuscate meaning, obfuscate actually learning and understanding how the world works. Because their narrative of the world is so black and white, so simplistic that you just can't really embrace language and poetry. They hate poetry, they hate art, they hate academics. This is a key component of fascism. Just anti-intellectualism, deep skepticism of people who think for themselves. They do not like that. Which is so ironic now because then rational independent thinker. No, just couldn't be further from the truth. I haven't seen the real far right since the mid 80s. I was in London and they were matching. If I remember rightly, it was the National F. They've changed since then. The tactics have changed. The BNP have changed. The EDL. They're more sophisticated now. They've got a sophisticated network of Russian bots, well funded, well organized. They dog whistle like motherfuckers. They infiltrate young people spaces like Steve Bannon did with 4chan, 8chan, and they are highly organized. It's not just a few bald men fighting on the streets. Tommy Robinson, all these Nigel Farage, the Russian connection, deeply interconnected across the world. Germany, Israel, deeply powerful, well-funded people. Thinking for yourself. Far right, a derogatory slur. It's a slur now. Used to scapegoat the white English working class in a global authoritarian movement against a sovereign nation and its culture, prosperity, democracy, freedom, and liberty. That's what a far right person would answer, in my opinion, but okay. It means that the lefties continue to move farther and farther left, so the right only seems far. We didn't move. This is a common one you hear as well, like, we didn't change. The lefties changed, went further left. No, you've gone further right. Like, people have, but I think maybe both ways, so we've kind of gone further to the left and further to the right. But to say that, people have gone too far to the left, like, that is also the case on the right. But going far left is good for society. People who want good working conditions, high wages, and focus on freedom. These are good things. Far right values are the opposite. They are directly opposed to leftist values of freedom, egalitarianism, progressive values, making life better for the majority. They hate that. They hate it. Right, we're going to end there because I think we've hit most of the tropes. The far right. I think they've shown they are far right. Clearly. Like, it's so obvious. Why do we even have to have this conversation? Why have I had to do this video? Like, they know they're far right. Why can't they be honest? Well, the answer is because they're far right and they're inherently dishonest. So tell me your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.